Well, welcome to Level Yourself Up, where it's not about perfection, but progress. I am really excited to be here today. There's some things I want to talk to you about, some slides we're going to go through. I'm going to talk to you about a new thing I learned. It's a lot of fun. It's about creating music with AI. I'm going to give you an update on my Hermes agent, and then I think if time goes well, I'm going to talk to you about some good prompts for AI. So that's what I have planned for this episode. I hope you enjoy it. Um, let's just jump right into it. I think the first thing I want to share with you is um, just give you my update with for Hermes, kind of get that out of the way. So I do like the dashboard, and this is the dashboard. You can chat, you can tell, it gives you some hints to use down here. It can talk about the sessions and analytics, what models it has, um, and some breakdown. I had some issues with my token usage, so I had a couple a day, probably about a day's outage time I got home and got it straightened out, and that's just due to how I'm running my um, OAuth account and ran to the end of the month and ran out of coinage basically. But so it automatically creates skills and works. I do kind of like this Kanban, and you can restart the gateway here. So I've got to figure out. Maybe I just let's see if I show archived here. The so I'm going to work on why this isn't filling in. I guess I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or what, but so there's some things definitely got to work out. But all in all, I will say that I am getting some awesome responses. I'm really happy about that. Um, and and just a little bit over here on our control pad, control panel, so to speak. The every time I hit this, it's going to open up. But not a lot has changed on this here. Um, done some minor tweaks that you can't see behind the scenes, and that's about it. So I know I breezed right through the Hermes agent. I other than liking what it's doing, how it's responding, I just feel like it's so much fresher than OpenClaw. And like I said, I really want OpenClaw to work, but it's not. I think it'll get better. I'm still using it. I'm actually using both. I've got some things set up in there, and it's just automating. But it seems like Hermes is just a lot more reliable, and so that's what it is. It's just more reliable. And I think as we move in this AI world, we're going to see some of this happening. Um, so it's pretty exciting. So the whole point of some of these podcasts is to show you what I'm learning in AI so you can transfer it over. I've been doing a lot with my macros and my such for my day job. I really can't show that here, but it's working really well and it's been awesome. And that's why there's probably not more work done here. But let's get on to creating music. So listen, if you want to add music, I was listening to a guy stream, and in his background, they's just vibe coding, and kind of like this, he'll just come in here and do work, take field questions, and he's got music in the background. So I asked him where he created the music, and he pointed me over to this place. It's Music Flow or Flow Music app. It's part of Google. You sign in with your Google account, and you can come up, and we'll just start. I can show you what I have made. From what I've seen, it is free, and it's because you have created. There's no Creative Commons. You own it, and so you can put it in your music. And so you can just say create some vibe coding music for the back Round. Now I'm gonna tell you, you can get into beats per minute. I had my grandson down here and we did a little bit of this. Told it I want electric violin and he was wanting some scary music. Then he wanted to speed it up and slow it down. Then he wanted some country music. So we did several different things. It was a lot of fun. Um, but I wanted it to have some background music and I may incorporate it here in the background. So you can just say use I don't know, you can just say whatever you want. Use, uh, oh, I can't even think. We'll just say, my blank, mine went blank. Drums, and of course, I don't know how to use the space bar. And so drums and guitar. So it's thinking, it tells the time to here. So it's creating something. Now you can get a lot more detailed, but it tells what it's creating. It'll come in here and put music together. And I made a little intro piece. I'll play that for you in a second. I am excited about this, guys. I hope you are. I hope you learn to use AI to your benefit. And because I think as we all grow and mature, we're going to see that this is not going away. And we got to learn to use it and leverage this for not just for fun, but also in their jobs. And that's everything I'm bringing here is how I'm using it. Um, I've learned a lot from watching people on YouTube, and I'm excited to just share with you what I'm learning. So here's a couple. Let's check it out. See if it goes through the. I think that's going out. It's probably a little loud. It looks like so. Oh, so anyway, it's nice to have some music in the background and just go. Some people may not like it, but I don't know how that's coming through the feed, but that's a lot of fun. You ought to check it out. You can add lyrics, more energy, and then you can, yeah. So this is an upbeat indie rock instrumental, just kind of cool. And I'll just tell it to add some lyrics and see what happens. But this is fun side of doing this. It's just creative. It's fun. You can definitely add in a lot more. If you're into music, probably more than I am, you could tell it exactly what beats and tempos you want and stuff like that. It actually did uh, video for me, and the video ran out. So the video ran out because I ran out of credits. So you're only allowed so much a day, and every day the points reset. So that's kind of cool. I don't know how long this will last, but it's fun. And while that's generating, it's at 54%. I actually let me walk you through what I did for my little jingle that I made, and I'll make show you the video too. I don't know how that'll come through, but what I did do was went to Chat GPT and asked it, it knows a lot about me because I post some of my thoughts about my YouTube channel where I want to grow and my podcast. So, and it knows my logo. It's not about perfection, but progress. So it made the lyrics, and I asked it to give me a prompt to give this prompt, and it did. And I was pretty happy with the words, how it came out. But let's play this. It added some song of words to this. Let's see how this comes out. Maybe I changed the wrong one. 'Cause I don't hear any words, And see, this is just the way it goes. I don't know what I did wrong here. Nice, I added lyrics. Well, oh, I just didn't wait long enough. I was a little impatient. Anyway, that's kinda cool, right? I thought I would just share that with you. Um, so this is my song I had it create. Anyway, I thought that's cool. That's kind of been my little jingle all along. And I would say back when I was doing just the audio podcast version, and I do plan on getting some of more of those out. But it's just a lot of fun, guys. So go check it out. It didn't cost me nothing. It was free. It can be fun for you. Get your kids, grandkids around, and just go have some fun. Make this music, and you can download it and you can tell how long it can be to you. There's a lot of things you can do there. I'm just giving you a small snippet of what you can do. So I just thought this was totally cool, and I hope you do too. Um, so I enjoy this stuff. So all these are songs I made, by the way. I was looking at what's going out on the feed here, and so all these are songs I played with in the last couple days. Just totally cool. Um, and I don't know if I can see the video or not. I downloaded it, but I don't know if it saves it. Um, hmm, I don't know. To be honest, I just downloaded it and went on about my day. So I'm not sure. Well, I'm not going to spend a lot of time there because that's kind of the thing I wanted to talk about and share with you so far. But the main thing I want to share with you is about making better AI prompts. And first, I want to give a shout out to my friend John Miller. He pointed me to this. So these are the first time I've ever used it. Not changed anything to them. I gave it a prompt to create a PowerPoint slide. And yeah, so we'll just see how this goes and um, kick this on. So these are built by Notebook LM. It's another Google product. You're only allowed so many a day. So I've been thinking about how to use prompts properly. I know I've spoke about it in a few episodes, but I thought I would share this again and maybe have better examples. So what I did, um, we'll just walk through this, and maybe in another show I'll share how I made it. But this is really cool, guys. So how do you make AI give better answers? Well, first of all, you got to stop using it like Google or any search engine. It's not the same. It's a different tool. It's kind of like um, you don't read a book like you do necessarily a magazine. You got different stuff in it or a catalog. But this new technology, we got to learn not to be afraid of it, embrace it because it's not going away. So with that, um, so Google finds links. So when you put stuff in the keyword, it might be using AI in the actual search box to on searches, but it's triggered by keyword and retrieves facts. AI thinks and creates. It helps think and plan. It explains and creates, so you can have like a dialogue with it. Now, remember, it's not a person. It doesn't have emotions, even though it may act like it. It does not have emotions. And some AIs can hallucinate, and AI will tend to, and I put this in here. Um, well, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but AI will tend to want to please you and pat yourself on the back. And sometimes that's fine, but other times I just want bold answers and tell me I'm wrong type thing. So here, number one is you got to give it context. Maybe tell who you are, tell the background story. So if you're looking to build something like in this experiment, yeah, it's an experiment. So when I put it into Notebook LM, I said, if I'm going to work on my health, I might want you to act like Arnold Schwarzenegger. So I started giving it context. I'm going to work on my health. I want you to act like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you start giving this long prompt. One thing I really like to do is, especially ChatGPT. Claude doesn't do it, but ChatGPT allows you to click on the microphone and you can just speak into it like a person. They do have it where you can, both of them can talk to it like a person, but I'm going to tell you, I don't think you get quite the same prompts as you do typing or speaking into that. um, so yeah, so the context: who are you? What are you working on, and why does it matter? So, like for example, you may want to explain what the result looks like. Who's going to be looking at it towards the end. Um, so, like I was saying, give the end result. What do you want the results uh, to? What results do you want? Who is it for? And what should the final answer or the result look like? So, another word, give it a role. Like I was saying, act like a coach, act like a strategist, think like an expert. You can actually ask it if it knows this person's book or this person's um, way of thinking, and it has that built into it, or it can go find it and pull that information in. So that's really cool. Example, the specific expert. So this is the one I said, think like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I want to get healthier, lose weight, and build strength. I'm a beginner. Give me simple plan I can actually follow. So it asks for, I'm asking for practical advice. Be specific. If you're general, it's going to give you a general answer. Don't ask AI just to agree with it. It tends to be a pleasing type of thing, but tell it you want honest feedback and critical thinking. And after it gives that final answer, don't be afraid to go back and ask for more details. That's important too. Challenge challenge it. So don't just agree with me, bad assumptions, and point out bad assumptions. Ask it what you're missing. Ask it about challenging your weak ideas and give me feedback. And also in these prompts, I tell it, ask me clarifying questions. Um, Sabrina Romanoff, I believe that's her name. If you follow her on social media, I caught that early on with her, and it's helped out. So, when you ask it to give you clarifying questions, it does help a lot, because it comes back and it just narrows it down the task. And there's times I've got stupid answers from it, and I had to go say, "What do we talk about?" So it's not perfect. Yeah. So this goes back. Do you need more information? You don't want AI guessing at what you want. And there again, clarifying, ask me, what should I answer first? Or what do you need to know first? You don't need to be fancy, but you need to be clear. So think about this. Think about the role, the context, the goal, the format. Tell it to challenge you and ask questions first. That's important in a good prompt. So this is kind of just a full prompt template. Act like that's the role. Here's my situation, and you tell it the context. You can even in post documents, pictures into it, and it can look at those and do some evaluations. And listen, it doesn't always see things in pictures the way you do, so don't be afraid to question it. Um, I don't want the final answer. I want the final answer in this format. Do not just agree with me. Challenge weak ideas, point out what I might be missing, and give me honest feedback. Before giving the final answer, ask me any questions you need answered. Better input is better output. Think of this, and I think this is right. AI is a thinking partner. It's not just a search box. So that's it. I asked it to give me short slides. There's a bunch of context in there, but so I hope that is all good for you and helps you understand how to use AI better. And because it is awesome, guys. I'm excited because of what I'm doing at work and speeding up my job, making my job easier, and it makes allows me to have more time to think about the more complex problems, the real problems. Because a lot of what I'm having it build for me at work is stuff that we copied and pasted and would take anywhere hours to pull stuff out of emails. Now, some of this automation is getting people to save files to the network, not email them. Some of it is getting people, like I had to have a date put in so I can have my macro look at the date. So just and so for everything I'm doing at work is, even though AI is helping me build it, you don't have to have AI to run it. I mean, it's really click a button and the macros are running it. And in those macros, that's stuff that's been around for years. It's just nothing fancy. It's literally been around 15 to 20 years. So that is what can happen. But even in that, like halfway through this, I realized that we changed these file names changes years. And so when I get this all wrapped up, I fully plan to copy all if you're familiar with Excel, I'll copy all those macros out and I'm going to dump them into AI and tell them all these files. I'll list all the file names that will change every year. And I'm going to ask it to rewrite those macros so they'll be at one place as a variable and we can swap them out. There's some other automations I made with Python. AI helped me build the Python. But listen, it's a copy and paste to run the scripts. I have my AI run the scripts for me, but that's just a matter of convenience. When I lost my tokens and my AI wasn't working, I logged in and ran the scripts. It took me longer to go find the commands that I copied down than it did to run them. So AI is a powerful tool for us. It's going to be here. We might as well get used to using it. It is powerful. So with that, let me get out of this PowerPoint and see if we can't just close that, and maybe I can bring this over and share with you now. We'll kind of shift gears slightly. So here's within Notebook LM. I had to build these. And again, I want to thank out to John Miller. He pointed me out to this on the phone, and wow, just awesome stuff. So I did go get some of this information. I told it what I wanted. It created it. So this is, listen, I know I've spent about a whole 10 minutes in this thing, but it took it longer to make it. So you can just see this. I made this 59 minutes ago. I gave it this text here, and I pulled it out as Chat GPT. I went in Chat GPT, told it what I wanted, and I wanted to break down a prompt, and that I was going to dump it in. And so then I went in and asked, I did this fast search, and let's just go add a source. Like, so here's what you can do to add a source. You can copy text, you can actually use your Google Drive, you can look at websites, or you can upload files. So you just drag them in there and they get added in here, and allows you to. So this is kind of like the brain. So what like about this, and what I've been watching other people online, is, AI kind of wants to hallucinate. So if you use this as your documents, the AI runs within your documents. So a lot of people are putting all their context over here in the added sources, and then you can come over here, and all I did was do this beta slide deck, but it could do let's just do this. I don't know what's going to happen here. So generate a mind map, and so it's creating a mind map. I don't have a clue how long this will take, but it'll do data table flashcards. So I know somebody else that was in college. They said they dumped all their stuff in here. They used it to study, and you can make reports based on this. So I think we're going to see Google start, even though you don't hear much about Google in your Gemma 4, but as far as you have Claude, OpenAI, and Grok, I think I think we're going to start seeing Google coming ahead. I may be wrong. Now I know the other models will probably do the same thing, but they've made this super simple because I did this in about 5 minutes, and so it looks like this is done. So, um, well, that's kind of cool how it breaks everything out. Wow. So what's neat is you can pull this down, and you can shrink it. So what this, I can see multiple uses for this. So when I have a project and you try to explain somebody how a project works, you could have this blueprint in all this in here. It creates this flow, and you could screenshot this to explain. See, some of these even go out more. Check this out. Uh, to me, and this is awesome. You know how, you could do all this in Excel, or PowerPoint, but this would take hours and I mean, it's phenomenal because it just it's such a time saver. And wow, to me that's exciting. And now you can't hardly read it, but I wonder if you can, well, so, oh look, I could have saved. uh uh, so like I said, this I'm just learning in public here, have a little fun. um there should be a way to see. It's new. Uh, so anyway, I think this is exciting, folks. Um, just exciting for me. So anyway, I think that's cool, right? That so here is so and you could probably do the same thing over here. Let's just go back to studio, and I'm just playing around to learn here. So let's just do a briefing document. It's still based off these 11 resources that's over here. So it's using these sources, and we can go add a source. Um, so it's doing both at the same time. Guys, I want to tell you, it's there's nothing wrong with having a little fun and just going experimenting and figuring things out. So don't be afraid to go play and figure things out. Um, So just, yeah, golden formula, role, context, task, format. So that's pretty cool, right? And I like that you can tell you like it or don't like it. So I'm gonna try to keep these shorter, not go real long, just because if I had more two people in the chat right now, I would love to be talking to people and helping you. So if I had like saw somebody come online, ask me how to go do something, we'd go research it and figure it out if I didn't already know. That's kind of what I'm hoping some of these lives can become. Um, but I just wanted to share with you this. I'll let this infographic run, and then I'll probably wind this up. But I just appreciate everybody that's been watching my videos. And I want to share that. I've been looking at the stats and stuff. I appreciate you guys. I do appreciate all the comments, good and bad. Um, I appreciate the likes. And if you like this stuff, give me a thumbs up, follow, and give me some comments. Tell me some more stuff you would like me to show. I really like mindset and learning. I'm trying to bleed them two together because I think it is important to just improve the way we look at things and even how we look at data. And so let's check this out. So this was finished. That's the report. Sorry, clicked the wrong one. Well, that's kind of cool. At first glance, you get the role, the context. So also, I want to give a shout out to Winston Faircloth. He we was Voxering this morning, and he shared how he was using context and stuff like that. And I already had it penciled down to talk about it, and I kind of just pushed it forward. I had a couple other things I was thinking about doing, and I was kind of trying to weigh which one I was going to do. But so this is pretty cool. I may actually save this info and throw it in on the website. So I believe this is a good way to use it. So uh, yeah, it's just awesome. You got the 5 pillars of ethical prompting. Hmm. It's interesting. Flip the interaction. Instruct IE to ask questions until you get enough data. If you're one of these people like that, like these type of framework prompts, it's kind of cool. I think they're neat to look at. I'm not. I think they can get a little busy, um, but I think it's true. By doing the right prompt, you reduce AI logic errors by 50%. I would say that's true. So, all right, folks, it's been uh, almost 40 minutes, about 38 minutes. So I appreciate you watching this. Please give me a like and follow. God bless you all. And I do want to share this. I am not a professional AI person. And I guess I want to shout out to Marcelo, Clears Mud. Go check out his channel. He does a lot of vibe coding during the day, but he says it like this, that he's just learning in public, um, and he shows these mistakes and errors, and sometimes people show this computer stuff like it's magic and it just there's no issues with it. Well, the truth is sometimes there's problems, and we had a few errors along the way today, nothing major, but it happens. So with all that, uh, give me your likes and follows. I'd appreciate it. God bless you, my friends.